Hey, this is Tracy Nelson with Creation Adventures and Outdoor Education. I'm doing a series, what I call the 10 Commandments of Deer Hunting. The 10 Commandments of Deer Hunting. And these are commandments I live by when it comes to deer hunting that have helped me harvest deer in double figures and every year for the past 25 years. I really don't know how many deer I've killed in my lifetime. I really don't. I mean, the number is way up there. Okay, but here again, I'm not a trophy hunter. I'm taking mostly antlerless deer, and I'm taking most of them from the ground. I do hunt in the stand every now and then, depending on conditions. Sometimes conditions are just not favorable to hunt on the ground to stalk hunt. But most of the deer I take from the ground while I'm stalk hunting or still hunting. So, with that in mind, there are these 10 commandments. The first one I went over, the first two I went over last time, which is know everything you can about the animal you're hunting, know as much as you can about white-tailed deer. The second one was that, what was the second one again? Oh, hunt where the deer are, not where you want them to be. And number two, one and two and three, I kind of struggled with which one was the most important. But number three is simply begin hunting from the time you leave your vehicle, okay, until the time you get back. All right, so typical hunter, he's moving, 70 miles an hour to get to the hunting spot. If he gets on a side by side, he's still going pretty fast. He gets out of there and his body is still moving in fast motion, and he's traveling to a place to hunt. Now, I've already covered hunt with the deer are not where you want them to be, but now I'm saying hunt your way to the stand and hunt your way back. Now, I don't mean you have to slow down and stalk like I'm going to do a series on stalking and still hunting. I'm not saying that, but you still need to slow down and be able to look and see in case you do walk up on a deer that has seen you but maybe bedded down or standing still, because that is a deer's number one defense, is to stand still and remain camouflaged. Okay? So if you'll begin hunting from the time you leave the truck, working your way to your spot, your stand, or whatever, and keeping your eyes in a wide angle vision, not focused vision, not tunnel vision, but wide angle vision, and slow down some, not to a stalk, but slow yourself down. You'll be surprised at how many deer you'll encounter on the way to the stand and on the way back. Now, of course, if it's dark, that goes without saying, you don't need to do that. But if you go in the dark, you're going to be coming out most of the time, sometime around lunchtime, unless you hunt all day until dark, which most people don't do that. But you can work your way strategically back, going slow and taking your time and trying to see everything around you, looking at wide angle vision and see that deer that may be standing off to the side or bedded down or something like that. I've killed a lot of deer, okay? I have killed a lot of deer on my way to and from. And a lot of times I'll start hunting just right when I leave the truck, and I've killed a lot of deer within sight of my truck. So what am I saying? You're hunting the whole time. It's a change of mindset. Some people think, well, I'm gonna park here and I'm gonna walk to my stand. That's when I'm hunting. No, you're hunting the whole time. You're ready to encounter an animal the whole time. Okay? So that would be number three. Number fourth commandment, and this is also, I think, very critical, is have the right equipment and clothing that you need for that day's hunting. Have the right equipment and clothing. What am I saying? Well, the key to being outside in bad weather is what? To have the correct clothing, whatever it may be. Personally, I don't wear cotton in the field because if it gets wet, it's gonna draw the heat out of my body. because that's what cotton does. Plus, it gets heavier. I typically like the old-fashioned stuff like wool to go hunting, and make sure that you have plenty of clothing and dress in layers. Okay, that way you can take stuff off if it warms up, or you can put stuff on or whatever. If you dress in layers, make sure you have gloves. Make sure you have good headgear. Make sure you have good equipment with you, of course, with your firearm, and then other things you might need, like some cutting tools. You might need a saw. You might, of course, hopefully you have at least one knife. I mean, I carry like 4 or 5 with me because I'm planning on field dressing an animal later on that morning. At least one, maybe 2, sometimes 3. I also carry a compass, and I carry water, and I carry snacks. I carry something to make fire with in case something happens, and I carry, of course, flashlights. I carry a host of stuff. I carry drag straps because, like I said, I'm planning on carrying or dragging a deer out of the woods. I'm planning for success. So that would be my 4th commandment. Make sure you have the right equipment. Make sure you've checked your equipment out beforehand. All right, don't wait till opening morning and drag everything out of the closet and go hunting. So there's the first 4, because having that right equipment, especially when it comes to clothing, that's going to help you stay fairly comfortable in the woods, which is going to help you not move as much, which is not going to draw attention to you that there's a predator in the woods. So have the right equipment. I'll go a little bit over this a little bit more in just a second as we talk about commandments 5 and 6. But those are commandments 3 and 4.